So this is another nursing story. This one might be a little bit long, but this is probably one of the ones that have pissed me off forever, and it still pisses me off now to think about. So just if you want to watch all the way through, cool. It's probably gonna be a little bit of a longer one. Now, there's part of the story that I'm not gonna really talk about. It happened before that kind of set the setting for this. If y'all want to know, let me know, and I'll make a video of that. Kind of what started it, because that one's kind of wild as well. But anyways, so for the most part, I try my best to follow rules at the best I can. And I came into this nursing home that was already like a close knit. They were like, it was a small town nursing home. So, and if you work in this kind of field, you know that if you have issues with one and they're friends, now you're the enemy. Well, that's what happened here. And that's the story. Is I had an issue with one. But anyway, so on my break, I let the other nurses know that I'm leaving. I let my CNAs know I'm leaving. If I'm leaving the building, which at this nursing home I did because the gym was not even like 3 minutes away. So I'd like to go to the gym on my break, and I was working 16-hour shifts, so I get an hour break. But they said you can't take the full hour break. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take my 30 minutes and I'm gonna go walk on the treadmill. So this nurse tells me, yeah, you can go on break. First off, I wasn't asked for permission, but she said, you can go on break. I just want to let you know that I'm not watching your people. And I said, I'm sorry, what? She was like, well, I mean, I watch them, but like they fall or something, I'm not doing the report. And I said, that's crazy, because you will. And like if you witness it, or you're the nurse, what's the point of me telling you I'm going on break if you're not going to do like what you're supposed to do? And at least per facility, you have to take a break. And I can't be, if I have to stay here, I'm not clocking out. If I have to stay here and worry about if my people fall and I'm on break, I'm not clocking out. And I feel like that's daylight robbery, right? Like this facility said that. So the point is I take a break and you watch my people. Vice versa, I'm going to take care of your people just like they're mine, because we're all in the same nursing home, so it's everybody's responsibility. It's a different topic. So anyways, she says that, and I said, well, let's hope no one falls, because you're probably going to get in trouble. And so I go and find my CNA. Now, I go and tell the nurse that I'm leaving. I tell her that at 12 o'clock. Well, one of her call-out people was going off, but that resident didn't like her. She liked me, and so she would ask for me to come in. She's like, oh, that's your favorite resident. Why don't you go down there and check on her? And I said, okay, cool. So I'm down there for about 15, 20 minutes. So now it's 12:20. So then I said, hey, I'm going to go find my CNA, and I will, and I'm going on break. She said, okay. So I try to find my CNA. CNA doesn't, she's in a room changing. I go in there, I help her. I have to pick the resident up, put her on the toilet, take her off, get her changed. I'm helping the CNA. So I tell the CNA, I said, hey, I'm going on break. Let the other nurse know, whatever, if she needs it. She said, okay, cool. So at this point now it's 12:40. And so I leave. I have a timer set, and you know what? I'll tell that first. So I have a timer set. I get a call. I'm on the treadmill, not even 5 minutes. So altogether I was gone maybe 9 minutes, maybe 9 minutes. And so I get a call and says, "Wait, where you at?" And I said, "I'm on break. What's up?" She was like, "You have a resident on the floor." Oh, I forgot to say this part. She was training a nurse, like a nurse fresh out of school. So she calls and says, "Hey, one of your residents on the floor." I said, "Okay, cool. I'm on break." She's like, "Well, when are you gonna get back?" I was like, "In 20 minutes." She was like, "Okay." But me, being a good nurse that I am, I couldn't do that. I felt like it was still my responsibility, that resident, because it is what it is. So anyway, so I leave. I come back. I clock in, and I go down there. Now, so at this point now, it's been, from the time she called me, it's been about 5-6 minutes till I got there. I mean, after I clocked in and got down to the room. I walk in this room. There's 3 CNAs, the nurse, and the training nurse standing over this resident that's laying on the floor, blood coming from her head, and they're just standing there. And I look, and this resident's trying to get up. She has dementia. That's why she fell. She can't walk. She thinks she can't. So she's rolling, and I'm looking. I could have punched every one of those females in the face, and that's who they were. Not the resident. I wouldn't punch her in the face. I'm talking about the workers. I didn't know. I would not do that because I love my license. But they all deserved. Dude, I'm telling you, man. So I'm like, what the heck? The nurse goes, your report. And I said, excuse me? She said, yeah. I was like, why is she still on the floor? She was like, because if I touched her, then I'd have to write the report. And I was like, first off, I'm telling you right now, in my report, every one of you guys are in this place. Every one of y'all are in this room in my report, that y'all stood here and watched this lady bleed from the freaking head, and y'all didn't do crap. And I looked over at that training nurse, and I said, that is not what you do, ever. I looked at the CNAs, and I said, every one of y'all get out of this freaking room. And I was like, and I told that other nurse, do not come back to my side at all. And I hope and I pray you never have to go on break. Because, I mean, we're going to have some serious issues. And I was like, I'm writing every one of y'all up. Every single one of y'all up. I'm writing all y'all up. It's all going in my report. And guess what? State has to be called. Not just by me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm calling state, bro. Like, I don't ever really call state. But, dude, that nurse, I was like, dude, because the issue I had with the other nurse prior to her, that needed state. I didn't do it. This needed state. I was like, dude, whatever. Fast forward to reporting it. I go to report it. DON, ADON brushes it off. It's nothing. There's no... I shouldn't have gone on a break because the nurse, that's the thing, they said I was gone over an hour. And I looked at my CNA and I said, why is she thinking I'm gone an hour? She was like, oh, I don't know. I was like, you saw exactly what time I left because I was helping you, right? I was helping you get one of your residents up and take care of your resident for you. And you couldn't tell her when I left? Fun fact, I had Life 360. So it showed exactly when I left the nursing home, when I stopped, and when I got back. So yeah, and so I also told the DON, hey, you better not take out that break, because I didn't get a break, did I? And so that was the thing that kind of saved me, because everybody was coming together saying, oh yeah, he was gone way over an hour, blah blah blah, and that's why they weren't going to do the report. And I was like, no, I was like, here's the proof. Anyway, so they brushed it off like it was nothing, and pretty much because I had the proof, then I didn't get in trouble, but nobody got in trouble. I did call state, and everybody knows that, again, if you're in this field, everybody knows that if you have the right people to back you in that nursing home, state, they got it covered, right? Anyways, that's one of the nursing stories that's probably resonated with me forever. That has absolutely pissed me off. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Y'all have a great